All right, looks like we're back, guys, for another Alliance Weight Gear Guide review. I'm Cole, and right in front of me, we've got the Liquid Force Bullox Aero Core. Yeah, so Finn has finally got his first pro model with Liquid Force, and this thing is a heater. Obviously, the graphic is screaming at you. Finn likes to ride really aggressive, and that's how this board was made. You know, you've got a really aggressive 3-stage rocker. You've got the C4 carbon inserts in the belly here that really strengthen up that board. So when you're hitting that wake, it really holds all the way through and you get all the pop out of the board. Another plus side for this board, it is super light. Just like a few other boards in Liquid Force line, it's got the Aero Core. Yes, that thing is unbelievably light to where it actually amazes me that we didn't break the board just because it seems like there's nothing going on in the middle, but that is actually false. This thing is solid. So on the bottom here, we've got molded in fins. So one, those aren't removable. You're locked in with them, but I think that they're, the perfect size, and they definitely help with that aggressive board feel. Also on the bottom, it's got a triple to single concave. Just to put it simply for you, it's got some lines running down the middle that really help the water flow underneath the board. So with that 3-stage, it helps that board keep that speed going, so you get the pop and you get the speed that you want. The board we rode is a 140. It also comes in a 136, a 144, and a 148. I will say that the 140 was a little small for me, but still being able to ride it and still have plenty of speed, even though it's a 3-stage board, I was pretty pleased with it. Now, speaking about all that stuff, let's jump into the categories. The first thing we check out is tracking. We go 1 through 10. 1 meaning it's super duper loose, 10 meaning it's locked in. Like I said, this board is an aggressive board. That goes for the tracking as well. It lands at an 8.5 on the scale because one, you've got some decently sized fins, you've got the channels, you've got this kind of more narrow shape at the ends there, and I really like the squared off tips. I think that helps with the edging. So overall, you've got a really locked in feel, but it's not a 10, so you can still get it loose enough to where you can free it up when you want to. Rolling into the next one, we want to check out speed. How fast is this thing on the water? We go 1 through 10. 1 is slow, 10 is really fast. The Bullox lands at a 7 on the scale. It's actually pretty fast. I think that the whole shape on the bottom helps with that, the flow of the water. So I definitely had no problem getting the speed to get the pop and get across the wake, effortlessly. Speaking of pop, that is also a category. We go 1 through 10. 1 meaning no pop, 10 meaning to the moon. And this board is aggressive 3-stage rocker. So with that being said, you get a nice aggressive abrupt pop. On the scale, it lands at an 8 out of 10. If you like the way, obviously, Finn rides, you want to mimic that, you got to be on his board. So I think that pop is going to give you what you need. When you come up, you got to come down. That's why we talk about landings. You go 1 through 10. 1 is brick landings, they hurt, right? And then 10, you go a soft pillow landing, nice and easy on the knees. Typically, with a 3-stage board, the landings aren't as good because the board's not as fast when it lands, so it doesn't continue to go. The 3-to-1 hole on the bottom here helps with that flow of water, so you still have a decently fast board. That's why it lands at a 7 on the scale, so don't be worried about having a 3-stage board that's gonna be slow when you get this. Last category we check out is swing weight. We go 1 through 10. 1 meaning it's super heavy underneath your feet, 10 meaning it's super light underneath your feet when you're bringing it around. This board is an Aero Core, so I will say that it lands at a 9 on a scale. I think the Aero Core helps. It's a 140 as well, so it's a little bit less underneath my feet as far as the tip and tail, so that's less board to bring around, so that it always brings that swing weight down as well. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the Bullox Aero Core. I think Finn and Liquid Force did a great job teaming up to come out with a nice aggressive board. Some of their boards are pretty mellow, but they're also known for having some really aggressive boards, like some of Harley's past boards. I think if you're somebody that likes to ride really aggressive and you love LF boards, I would say give this thing a go. I really don't think you'll be disappointed at all. If you guys are wanting to get a little more info about this board, or maybe possibly even purchasing this board, just head over to liquidforce.com. All the information's right there for you. Also, don't forget to like the video if you guys like this review. And if you do, please subscribe, because then we will also be putting out more reviews out in the future, so you don't want to miss those. I'm Cole. We'll see you on the next one.